you have heard of Kintsugi? Okay, Ian, what's Kintsugi?
I think this is the art, Japanese art, where if a bowl or something beautiful is broken, it is repaired with something like gold, so you can see the cracks, but it ends up adding.
It adds beauty, exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly it. And so this is going to be my Kintsugi journey. This is going to be about the cracks in my life that really were impactful, and yet now that I look back on them, how emotions have sustained me and helped me. And I wasn't really good at going this last time, gosh, what emotion am I in? What am I just reacted. And I was scared. So I'm gonna use maybe a pen for this and tell you a little bit about my emotional journey. And this is about what are the emotions that come up when you become ill, when you become seriously ill. How many of you have had a life-threatening illness? Okay, so you guys can think from experience. How many of you have had a loved one with a life-threatening illness? Like everybody, okay. So my first experience was when I was 51 and I got breast cancer. And that was a shock to me. So that breast cancer, the emotion that I felt, actually what I felt was shock, but my emotion was just overwhelmed and intense fear. And the story that I was telling myself is I was gonna die. And the reason I told myself that story is that my mother died at 51 of breast cancer when I was 15. So I was sure that was going to be what happened to me. So what do you do, when you're fearful? What do you do? Well, what I do is I go to information. I try to get clarity. What does this mean? Let me go to get data. Well, 20 years ago, not so much, but what do we do now? We go to the internet. We go to Google. We read about it. Let me tell you, that can be a dangerous thing, So I went, I was at VCU. I went to the cancer center, found out that it was a stage 0, DCIS, and all I had was a lumpectomy and radiation, and then I was good to go. I will say though, 3 years earlier, I had actually put myself in a clinical trial with a drug called tamoxifen to try to prevent breast cancer. So learning from my mother's experience, I thought, I am not gonna be her.